to them about it. No, the hell you didn't.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
No, you didn't. Because it couldn't be none of my boys.
I'm telling you. I'm telling
I'm
you.
going down there with her and press charges on you.
Because I'm one of them
Because
women,
I'm
I
not.
say it straight up. Before I was a mother, I was a woman.
That's right.
I'm a woman and I'm still a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Till the day I'm gone, I'm still a woman. So
Mm-hmm.
it does not matter who it is, what it is. It doesn't matter to me. If I can assist you in some kind of way, I will. The only thing I can't do is I can assist you and then you go right back. Because
Yeah.
then I know there's nothing I can do to help you. That there's nothing that no one can do to help you if you keep choosing to go back. If you keep choosing to go
Mm-hmm.
back, regardless of what they say to you, regardless of what they done, you have to really be sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Right.
Yes.
That's the only thing that I can say that I can't, because once you do it so many times, it's like now I'm a part of your situation on purpose to the point where there's no results. I don't know. I can't do that. I can't do that.
Right.
So
Right.
I need to know that you're really tired, sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Uh-huh.
You're
So,
right.
but it's heavy. And that's not to shame nobody or anything. We are constantly posting the National Domestic Violence Hotline number, so you'll see that in between the conversation as it pops up. That number, that's what that is. So if anybody needs to reach out, this is national. So no matter where you are, they can give you resources. They can help you out to get you to a safe space. No matter where
Yeah.
you are in the U.S., you call that number to try to get help. But this time we put a light on the situation and quit sweeping it under the rug. Stop sweeping it under
Yeah.
the rug. Yeah, I think I've never been deep into a domestic violence situation, but I have had an experience with it. Mine wasn't as severe, thank God, but a situation that I had was um, it was like a night and day. One minute, we was cool, and I've known this person for over 10 years. We was cool, he came down to visit. We enjoyed our time. And then literally overnight, it just changed. And the next thing I know, I was in my laundry room and he was threatening to break my jaw. And I had never, when I say I had never experienced it in my life, but I will say this, in that moment, even though that was the first time I ever experienced that in that moment, it was the most intimidating fear that I've ever felt in my life. And I knew I didn't want to go through it again. I knew
Yeah.
Right.
instantly, but I had the willpower to know that for myself. And I know a lot of men and women don't have the willpower to know that for themselves just yet. Some people will
Mm-hmm.
take it all the way to the end because they love a person so much. But I knew in that moment I did not want to go through that again. I hadn't
Right.
had a fear like that since I was young, and it was scary. So I was like, nah, I'm done with this. So, let's go ahead and go to the next video.
Any man that could punch you in your face, choke you, kick you, slap you, call you out of your name, threaten you, threaten to kill you, threaten to kill your family members, act extremely jealous, states to you that he would kill himself if he can't be with you or if you will leave him, does not love you. He is not capable of loving you because he does not love himself. He is extremely manipulative and he uses it so that he can gain power and control over you. Love does not hurt.
He's right.
He's
Yeah.
totally right. He's totally right. Love does
Love
not hurt.
definitely is not supposed to hurt.
And
So
Not
him
at
he,
listing
all.
those things is saying that that person have an issue within themselves. It's greater
mm-hmm.
than you. No matter what you
Mm-hmm.
say, no matter what you do, people got to start realizing you cannot change a person.
Right.
The
Mm-mm.
way they are designed is the way they are designed unless they decide to change themselves.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
it.
That's true.
That's it.
Very
Let's go ahead
true.
and let's go to the next video real quick.
They don't understand the psychological aspect of domestic violence and how it starts.
And that's why I advocate a lot about when you talk to someone that goes through domestic violence or somebody that is trying to get out of it, you never ask those questions. What you doing is holding that person back to even want to stay even longer. And I know it sounds crazy, but they don't realize that they have support because of the questions that you ask. So you have to be mindful what you saying. And I hear it all the time. Why I wouldn't stay. Oh, you stupid. Are you crazy? You don't know what you would have done if you never been in that position.
I say every woman that's been a victim of domestic violence at some point either thought it would never be me,
yes,
or that consider herself to be intelligent and strong. Like, we don't understand that you don't meet somebody, go on the first date and get your head knocked between the washer and dryer. Like, that's not how this process actually works.
Yes.
It is, and I say that abusers, they groom their supporters just as much as they groom their victims.
That's insane.
But it's true.
But it's true.
Because you meet their
groom their
representative.
supporters.
You meet
Yes,
their
that's-
representative first.
That's why I
And
said
that's
they will
what
do
it is.
everything it takes to make you look crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Or to even make you look like they're the best person in the world, and they just couldn't believe that you would do something like they would do something like that.
Then they run to their family, talk about how you did this, that, and the third, and you sitting there looking like, what? You did that. Or they try to, cover up themselves to make you look like you crazy or you the bad person. When in reality, they are the ones doing this mess.
Yes.
Then
And the
everybody
fact
looking
that
at
they
you
will go through
sideways.
that extent- They will go through that extent to make themselves look like they're angels, grooming people around them, to have a support system around them, to cater to their bullshit because they don't know their bullshit. What they see is different from what happens behind those closed doors. And that's wicked. That's some wicked work right there.
It is.
That's some wicked work. We got that's a video I'm trying to get to that it's like a list, and it's really deep when she starts saying these things, naming off these things that are like signs of a person who is a part of domestic violence. So we're gonna go ahead and go to the next video.
Domestic violence impacts everyone. How does it impact children?
When you're witnessing this between two people, especially if they're your parents, the messaging could be different. If there's generational trauma where this is quote unquote normal in the family, then they could again show those behaviors. They could interact with people in that way. There's a book called The Body Keeps the Score. Domestic violence is traumatic. And so children experiencing trauma, that could show in their schoolwork, just regular things like dieting and how they eat, if they're shutting down, some of those things. For instance, I know that I've worked with survivors who will say, my children see me isolated and so they don't want to work or they don't interact with children the way that I think that they should or they could interact. I'll say domestic violence impacts every aspect of children's lives.
Okay.
And it does.
It really does.
And
That's
it
the reason why
does.
some people get into the situations they're in as adults. It's because it affected them as a child. And so in return, you get into that situation and you have children and it affects them too, even when you think they don't. Just because some children don't have the voice to truly speak yet, doesn't mean it doesn't affect them.
Right, for sure.
A lot of our children get their voice taken away because of the fact that we shut them down, we cut them off, we can ask questions, cut them off, and things like that, and they act out.